Good morning, early afternoon. It's almost 9 o'clock on the 24th of Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving because it's just me and mom. And I know mom doesn't, it's not that she doesn't care, it's just like she's not worried about it. To her, it's just another day. I can understand. I mean, granted, I want to do something, even if it's just something like ordering out Chinese food or going to Denny's or something along that line. Something to break up the monotony of the day, I guess. Um, and that's basically what it looks like it's going to be for the next couple of days until I go back to work, is just doing stuff to break up the monotony. Um, Not all of it is just to break up the monotony, but some of it is to. Sorry, thought I was gonna sneeze. I don't like it when I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, but nothing happens. Um, because then my nose starts to get like pressure and irritation. But Jerry is in her rehab room. Rehab is not going to happen the way we thought it was because the doctors don't want her to put a lot of pressure on her hips, um, especially the one she had surgery on, because it's still healing, I guess you'd say. Body's still getting used to it, to the rod and the pins and the plate and the whole nine. But she we talked yesterday, um, before I went to bed, and because they're not going to give her the PT that we thought she was going to be getting, which meant we thought she was going to be getting up on her feet more and strengthening her upper body to use a walker. And no, that's not happening. She is getting PT and whatnot to a certain extent, but the way it sounds is when she comes home in 2 weeks, she may be coming home in a wheelchair. And getting her home is going to be the fun part because they kind of don't want her to be sitting upright for long periods of time. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if long periods of time is anything over 2 hours. Um, so a lot of our plans for the wintertime may have been, um, basically the road trips that she wanted to take for my winter vacation, um, has either been kiboshed or we have to find a different way of dealing with that. Um, One of the things that we had been talking about, or I had talked to Jerry about, is transporting her back to the house alone. How's that going to, how we're going to do that? Is she going to have to lay down in the back seat of Julie's car, or am I going to have, or are we going to have to use the van so that she can lay in the back of the van? So yeah, that's what's in question right now. I told Jerry just to tough it out for the 2 weeks, do what they're telling you to do, get your body as strengthened as possible, and hopefully before they send her home, they do another set of X-rays or scans or whatnot to say, okay, this is what we see is happening now. Yes, we see your muscles have gotten stronger, your leg has gotten stronger. Yes, we're concerned about the signs of cancer on her pelvis and other joints and areas and whatnot, and that kind of thing. I'm just hoping that whatever they teach her how to do or whatnot, um, will help out around the house. She'll be able to continue the PT at the house. I am I'm 99.9% sure that Julie, once she gets back from her visiting her family and whatnot back in Vegas, will keep her on her PT and listen to the doctors and hear what the doctors have to say, and get Jerry to stick with whatever plan or regimen or whatever the doctors give. Um, that's one of the benefits of Julie being around, is Julie will keep her on her toes. Um, that in fact, I can't afford to lose my job just to be at home all the time with Jerry, even though I want to be with Jerry, to be here at home and not to be her go getter, but to basically say, hey, you do your PT. Let's see you do some of that PT. I don't want to be rude or forceful, but at the same time, I can't. It's time to stop pussyfooting around and be like, hey, unless you want to wind up back in the hospital, or end up doing what your father did before he passed away, which was going from hospital to rehab to hospital, you need to keep up your health. You need to keep up your physical fitness. You need to stick to a dietary regimen, even though I think they screwed up at the hospital because they took her off of her usual no potatoes, no white rice, no regular pasta diet. And even though she said she was lost weight at the hospital, I'm like, yeah. Did they tell you how much that tumor in your leg weighed? Granted, they put a plate and some pins and a rod in your body, but you lost weight because you're unwell. Your body is basically burning off as much fat and whatnot as it can, to keep you as healthy as possible. I don't know what the deal is, but I just know that there's a lot going on that could cause her to lose weight. The tumor being removed, which means you have not that she has a hole in her leg because they packed a type of cement or whatever in the place of the tumor and put a plate and pins and then a rod down her leg, down her femur, to try to keep the bone or keep that area as stable as possible. I know her body's, she was the times I saw her, she was a sweaty Betty. You can see it in her face and her hair and whatnot, how sweaty she was. It's There's a lot of different reasons why she lost weight, but with the rehab and not exactly what we thought it was, and just a few little things that could be considered disappointing. She's not letting it get to her. She's doing what she has to do because she wants to get better. She does want to get better. She wants to be able to drive again. She wants to be able to do a lot of different things that she has not been able to do, like dance. Even if it's just a slow dance with me to music. A lot of different things going on with her that I'm like, okay, not that I'm not interested, not that I'm not worrying. I'm sorry, but she's got a lot going on, and before I left her on Monday, we had a nice long talk. Julie had gone out to do something, last minute stuff in St. Louis. I think it was something to do with my Aunt Sue. Jerry told me don't worry about trying to come up and see her after she gets into the rehab because one, me driving up there is, well, I had figured out how I can get up there with very little to no problems. And I was ready to do it. I was ready to drive up to St. Louis, you know, today, so I can be with her for Thanksgiving. But she said, no, don't worry about it. If you don't feel comfortable, yada, yada, yada. And then talking to her yesterday, she was like, yeah, I've been so busy since I got here that really haven't had a chance to really sit down and do much but a few minutes of over the phone conversation. That's about it. So I'm like, okay, if that's what you want, if that's what you're saying, that's fine. I will, you know, abide by that. Besides that, she was like, you've got a lot of stuff to do around the house and, you know, one thing or another. And, you know, she was basically trying to find everything she can think of to keep me from coming up there, which I was kind of like, you said don't worry about it the first time. You don't need to make up, you know, 1,000 different things to basically keep me at home. I'm kind of not happy about that because the fact that I did want to go up there, but at the same time, I understand the whole between me driving and where am I going to stay and how long am I going to stay and you know, when am I going to go back, you know, when am I going to go back home to do clean, you know, just to even just do laundry or whatnot. So I'm here at the house. I'm going to try to do some cleaning and whatnot and some decluttering and reorganizing, especially in the kitchen area. I know I said that yesterday. Oh, I had a question comment. I say question comment because it was in the comment box, but it was a question within a comment. D and N asked me, what are my disabilities? She wanted to know from me what my disabilities are. Because Jerry's been rattling off about my disabilities and whatnot, and I haven't watched one of her videos in a couple days to a week because I've been so busy with other stuff. But if I were to go back to my childhood, disabilities that I can't get rid of because of the fact that they're part of who I am, and I've learned to work with them, is basically hyperactivity and attention deficit disorder. I've had the hyperactivity kind of comes and goes nowadays as I'm older. The attention deficit disorder, well, it's more of a problem than the hyperactivity because anything could distract me. I mean, I could hear a sound and I'll be like, what? Squirrel. Yeah, I have those moments. I have those moments too in thought where I'm doing this, having conversation, and I'll go down a rabbit hole because it came into my brain. My other disabilities they're all psychological. My third disability, which became a problem because of in the mid 80s, I had two aunts, my grandmother and my father, die within 18 months of each other, and I became manic depressed with some, and this, luckily the side effects of manic depression has not been a huge issue, but back then it was suicidal thoughts with one person caused me to have a bout of what the doctor called homicidal, I don't know if he said homicidal tendencies or thoughts, because it was just this one person that sparked that. Basically my mom's boyfriend back then, after like 2 years after my dad passed away, became part of the picture, and one day I just like snapped. But I still have bouts of depression with, I don't have the side effects, the suicidal thoughts, and like I said, that one incident, that one person caused me to become, yeah. But and then I don't know if it was because of New York or what, but sometime within the last 20 years or so, and it wasn't until recently because of all the stuff happening with Jerry that, or not actually not happening with Jerry, but it was happening because, well, I don't know what caused it, but the doctor said, okay, you are showing signs of anxiety, so we're going to put you on a anti-anxiety medication. Now the depression hasn't been so bad that they wanted to put me on a antidepressant, but according to what I was told, the anti-anxiety medication also helps with depression. So I was like, okay, another pill to my regimen of medications. I have medications for, well, prescribed medications. I have the anti-anxiety. I have a high blood pressure medication. I have a allergy medication and allergy, cholesterol, high blood pressure, anti-anxiety. Those four medications I have from a prescription. The other medications that I take are mostly like multivitamins, vitamin D, vitamin B, vitamin C, fish oil, E, a multivitamin Centrum, a stool softener, yeah, I think that's basically most of the medications I take. Melatonin, Echinacea, Echinacea, however you want to pronounce it. Most of the over-the-counter non-prescription medications are either vitamins or immune boosters or herbal type of. They help with basically my immunity, my cholesterol, that kind of stuff. But yeah, most of my disabilities are psychological. The only one physiological disability I have that flares up from time to time is a herniated lower lumbar. Basically, the disc between the tailbone and the last vertebrae, basically. I basically pulled my back out of whack trying to do something at one of my jobs in New York, and I didn't think nothing of it at first, but after about a week or so of just constant pain from the bulging disc, I went to a doctor and they were like, "Oh yeah, you herniated your lower lumbar. We're going to send you to basically outpatient services for PT." So the PT gave me all the instructions. Went in there several times a week for about three to 4 weeks, whatever my insurance covered at the time. And then they gave me a resistance band. At the time, they told me to use one of the exercise balls, but I didn't have one because I didn't have the space. Barely have the space now, and I barely use it. And I'm kind of like, I do all the other, stretching and resistance band and all the other PT that I can because I've got room. But the exercise ball is kind of like it was a good idea, good investment for a while, but then a lot of my spaces got cluttered. So, yeah. But anyhow, today is going to be more housework. I could hold off laundry until the end of the week, but the laundry basket is getting kind of full, so I'm not going to hold off. But I need to do laundry. I want to do work in the kitchen. I'm going to try to take before and after shots because I don't know if I'm gonna record it, because Mom wants to help me out because she wants to go through her stuff to basically purge her stuff, which will help me purge my stuff, and whatever I don't purge that I want to keep or think I need to keep, but I don't want to keep it out on the counter, will go in a drawer. Which, personally, the way I was raised, that's where it belongs, in a drawer. If you have so much extra that it cannot fit in a drawer like it should, why do you have it? It's just taking up space and you're not going to use it as much, so why do you have it? Ooh, excuse me. So that's the plans for today. I'm hoping to keep to it, because if I don't keep to it, what ends up happening is I'm not doing projects that will benefit the house, benefit everybody, and I'm just sitting around wallowing in self-pity or anxiety of one form or another, and nothing gets done because I'm hiding in my room, fiddle farting with games, which is great for the end of the day relaxation, but when your house needs work and you're not there to do the work because mentally you're checked out, it does nobody any good. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. Wish me the best of luck. Honestly. Before I go to sign off, I'm going to thank you guys for your prayers and your well wishes and your concerns for both Jerry and myself and our issues. I don't want to sound selfish or anything like that, but with what's going on with Jerry, it affects both of us. It affects all of us, basically. Well, all of us in the house. The unknown is what keeps me up at night sometimes. It's like I start thinking about, okay, she told me this, this, and this, so how are we going to make it easier on her when she comes home, but at the same time make it easy on me so I don't have to listen to her bitch and moan about how difficult it is for her to get around this or get around that or maneuver, through this or things of that nature. Now, I can't go around widening the doorway or anything like that to get into the bedroom or into the house. As for if she has to have a wheelchair, as for a ramp in and out of the house, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to work on it, figure it out. Yeah. I have no idea. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. There's been a lot of bridges have had to cross since this whole ordeal of her going into the hospital. Sometimes I feel like we've crossed the same bridge multiple times, just don't realize it. Who knew? Have no clue. As I told Jerry Ann last night, I'm trying to live one day at a time, but I'm also trying to keep the factor of what could happen in the future. And we don't know exactly. I mean, there's millions of different roads that we could be crossing or going down. We just don't know which one we're traveling until we get there. So it's one day at a time, not overly worrying about, overly worrying about it, because the more I worry about it, the harder it is to deal with today. Breakfast in a can, or jar, bottle, whatever you want to call it. For those of you who might be curious, it is basically a protein shake, apple cinnamon, one of my favorite ones. And since I don't feel like cooking right now, that's what I'm doing for breakfast. But anyhow, yeah. All right. I'm gonna go across the bridge of decluttering. So I will, like I said, I will try to take before and after pictures, and maybe if mom's not helping me out, I'll take short videos. We'll see. But anyhow, you guys know what to do down here. If you like the video, you can thumbs up, thumbs down. Questions or comments, I enjoy questions or comments, like I got from DNN. So keep those coming if you have any questions. But yeah, you can put your comments down in there. I will address them. If there are questions, I will write them down on my little notepad and try to get those on film. If you're new to my channel, I was looking for my garbage can. Sorry, folks. If you're new to my channel, you can hit that little subscribe button, and if you do that, a little bell will pop up. You click on that little bell, and YouTube will let you know when I put in my next video. So until next time, until next time, I will bid you guys a good day, and I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. Until next time, see you guys later. Hey, folks. Bye. Glad you guys came back. It's a little bit before 4, and I did a lot of work, which you'll see in the excuse me, I have an itch. In the photos at the end of this video. I'm tired. I'm sore. I put in a good day's work, so I'm going to relax for a little while, probably have a bite to eat, and maybe finish in the kitchen. You'll notice in one of the photos I have a kitchen cabinet open. That is to remind me where I left off. So I've cleared my kitchen counters, try to get them cleaned up, straightened up, make them beautiful, make them clear so we can have the countertops for what they're needed to be used for instead of just collecting stuff. My pantry, which is the first thing I worked on, the pantry in the laundry room, I tried to take some before and after shots, so you can see how it was before I got in there and cleaned it up and got rid of bags worth of stuff. I mean, between outdated food products to stuff that was just nobody's touched, used, or thought about in ages. I could not believe how much stuff I had outdated that literally expired a month ago, but nobody ate them. That's kind of what I get for having a unorganized, untidied food closet. You tend to not be able to see what you're looking for, or you just get frustrated by the mess and just go out and buy new stuff when you have what you're looking for somewhere in there, but it's behind other things, or just I get lazy and I'm like, I get frustrated because I look in there and go, oh, I have to find something in this mess, and just give up. As for the laundry room, well, the laundry room was getting a little cluttered and untidied, and just I straightened that up. I know I am probably going to have to deal with Dre-Ann's wrath when she gets home, because I got rid of a bunch of extra bottles and jars that were just sitting around collecting dust for the last 2 years. And I just kind of went, one of these days I'm going to either drop something or kick something and one of those bottles is going to shatter, and either I'm going to get shards of glass in my foot, or Jerry or Mom will get shards of glass in their feet. And I went, no, too much of a hazard. Just like I got rid of some old cooking utensils that were basically had not been used in quite some time, and they were getting rusty and junky, and I went, no, I've got 16 of those. I don't need to keep one just because. Now I didn't throw everything away yet, and I don't think I will throw everything away. There are a few items that are in the cabinets I haven't gotten into yet that are Jerry's father's, and even though we haven't really used them that much, we do use them once in a while, and I'm personally, if I can get them restored, cleaned up and restored a little bit, I would pay the money to do that, because they're very good, high quality knives. Besides that, if you can use one of those knives that she has, her father used to use for cutting shark fins off of the sharks that the Hudson Angler Derby back in New York used to go for or deal with, and it was sanctioned because, well, it's better to have those sharks caught and used for their meat than terrorizing the coastline during certain times of the year, because tourists and swimmers and, you know. But anyhow, I'm happy with what I've done so far. Like I was saying, I did the pantry, the laundry room, and about half of the kitchen, and that's not including the area that we sit down and have our meals. But that is in my schedule of things that I would like to try to get done before Sunday. But hey, I'm finally getting around to doing what I said I was going to do. It's slow go, but hey, every little amount leads to the the end project, or the finished project. So I'm happy with myself that I'm doing that. I have a video on here that I did earlier this morning. I'm probably going to put that out tomorrow, because this particular video I want out as soon as possible. But I'm not done, and I'm still going. I'm just taking a break. So until, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign this video off and just make a part 2. So if you enjoyed the video, you can give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. Any questions or comments, yeah, you guys know what to do. If you're new to my videos and liked this particular video, or like some of the videos I've done in the past, you can click that subscribe button, and once you do that, a little bell pop up, and you can click on that. YouTube will put notification in your inbox to my next video. Until next time, you guys have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your week, night, however you want to put it. See you on the flip side. Bye.